Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch another really hot day. I mean, it's not as hot as it normally would be in the end of July or even into August, but it feels close to that. And for this time of the year, this is unusually hot, in the 90s with high heat index, lots of humidity. And so it's making things really dry. Even though there's still a lot of green, it's only green really because, spring rains were just a couple of weeks ago. But since then, it's gotten so hot and the roads, everything is just extremely dusty. So hopefully we'll get some rain soon because it's starting to dry pretty quick with the amount of heat and sun that's beaten down on everything. In the news, it's quite possible that we could see another war or a new front in a war or whatever in the next few days, even this weekend. Things look like that they're getting set up for Israel to make its move onto Lebanon. Canada has ordered the removal of a bunch of its citizens. 45,000 is the number that they're saying, that they're telling to get out. Several other countries in the Middle East are telling their people to not travel to Lebanon or to leave there. And things are kind of heating up there, indicating that there could be some kind of move. Now, what's interesting with this is that the news in Israel is reporting that Israel is on the verge, or they're about to announce that they have successfully defeated Hamas militarily in Gaza. So that would make sense if they say, well, we've done there, now we can, turn our attention onto Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. But there's definitely the potential for things to change there. So I'm not saying that it will, I'm not making a prediction, but certainly things could transpire over the weekend, depending on how that all works out. And, another war, right? Yay. More money being spent, more of our money being spent, stuff sent over there. Also today, another nation decided that they were ditching the US dollar. This is, I think, another big deal. Now, remember, it wasn't that long ago that I reported the Southeast Asia Alliance or something like that said that they were going to ditch the US dollar. Well, Vietnam has now announced that. Now, this comes on the heels of Putin just being there in the last couple of days, going and visiting there. And then now they've said that they're going to ditch the US dollar. Now, I get it. Vietnam isn't the most robust economy, but they are 15th amongst nations when it comes to their population size and 26th when it comes to their GDP. So that's not small fry either. And the news is reporting, Wall Street Journal and a few other outlets, that they're getting word that the United States government, the White House, the Defense Department, are getting pretty nervous at the alliances that Russia is building and how quickly they're able to build these alliances. And so there's some concern there with how rapidly this is moving, much faster than what they had anticipated. So are things moving along faster than thought? I don't know. But seeing that there's more nations, more people saying that they're going to ditch it, it was also announced today that Venezuela is officially applied to join BRICS. And so Venezuela is one of our big oil sources. That's that we buy oil from them so that we're not buying too much from the Middle East. And if all this stuff starts happening, the U.S., they're either going to have to bite the bullet and buy oil from these places that aren't necessarily friendly to the United States, or we're going to have to produce our own, or according to, the Great Reset and the Biden administration, we'll just do without. Biden has done a great job of replenishing our strategic oil supply. And there was rumors in the news a couple of days ago that they plan on releasing a bunch more before the election, which is not a surprise, right? A few weeks before the election, release it and cause gas prices to artificially drop because there's a bunch on the market. And then, of course, they can brag about how they've lowered gas prices, right? So that all the lemmings out there can go vote for Joe Biden because they buy it and eat it up. They want us to, I've been saying this, I feel like a broken record, but they want us to not be able to travel, folks. They want us to live in these 15-minute cities. That's why they're pushing all these green initiatives. That's why they're trying to shut down fossil fuel usage and cars that burn. I don't even like that term, fossil fuel. I know someone's going to say it's not. I know, I get it, but it's what it's called, right? They want us to not use it. They want everyone to use these little electric vehicles that no one's wanting to buy because all of these car companies that sell them are having a hard time getting rid of electric vehicles because they're finding out they're not quite as amazing as they say they are. I mean, if you live in a downtown area and you hardly go any more than 15 minutes from where you live, I guess an electric vehicle would be great. But for the vast majority of America, it's so spread out, people sometimes have to travel good distances just to get to work, and have a vehicle that's constantly having to be charged and all these other problems is expensive. They, burn to the ground very easily, all kinds of stuff. It's not going over too well, and people they're not having it. But this is all part of the plan. I talked about this morning. And probably in the last few videos, I've talked about it some. They want to control you, folks. Wake up. It's time to come out of your slumber. You need to be getting ready because they have this big, huge plan to control us, to control every aspect of our lives, to control where we live, how we think, our bodies, right down to the DNA level. I probably shouldn't say this because I'm going to get in trouble, but I just can't help myself. Was notified by the YouTubes just yesterday that they've removed one of my videos. I didn't get a strike suspension, but I got a warning. It was a video from 4 years ago, a video I made 4 years ago talking about a lot of this and more of their diabolical plan to control every aspect of our body. But it's true. I mean, look at all the stuff, all the AI and the brain chips and the, pushing everyone to these 15-minute cities and everything's just going to be at your fingertips and you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That is the plan. And if you look at their plan, it looks like it would fit perfectly with what's spoken of in the Bible and often referred to as the beast system. It's like it's all being set up. And probably, like I said the other day, something big and bad has to happen to cause the majority of people to finally rush and accept this. And that's probably a big world war. Or maybe a pandemic. I believe it was just, when was it? Was it yesterday or the day before or something? I think it was the CDC, but it may have been another medical organization or so, was saying that they predict that this bird flu is going to be way, way, way worse than COVID-19. Way more devastating. Substantially worse. So, what's in the cards? Who knows? Is it a pandemic? Is it an economic collapse? Is it a big world war? Or is it all that and more? And that's what we prepare for. Because we see that they're trying to destroy everything so that they can rebuild it, reset it in the way that they want it. And that reset is to control you, is to control every aspect of you. And we have to be prepared against that. And maybe that level of preparation means that we disconnect ourselves from the system. We disconnect, whether it means disconnecting from the grid or the healthcare system or the financial system or all of the above, if it comes to it, to prevent us from being sucked into that. That's why I push all the time for people to be as self-sufficient as they possibly can be, to be prepared to kind of do for yourself and live on your own, and to build community and tribe with people around you so that you can do those things together. Because that's where they're pushing us, folks. De-dollarization, World War III, all of this stuff, taking control of our food systems, our water system, flooding the country with third world illegals that have no respect and could care less about you and I. This is all a big master plan. Most of you see it. The rest of you need to open your eyes. But the bottom line is we all need to be getting ready for it. We all need to be prepping as hard as we can and getting ourselves ready for these times that we are facing. It's time to get your houses in order and to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.